Hey Jupe, I decided to go ahead and make a video explaining how to read this design. So anyway, let's go ahead and hop to that. So this script you read starting at the bottom and then going counterclockwise, like a time traveler going back in time. And this little marker here matches this one here, which is the start and orientation marker. So this tells you where the bottom is and which direction counterclockwise is. So we know that the Sir Jupe bit is going to start at the bottom with this letter, and then the giver of subs bit is going to start here. And I'm actually going to start with the giver of subs bit because you would technically start on the outside and then go inward because the reading order is bottom counterclockwise and you can spiral inwards. So we go bottom counterclockwise, outer to inner. So we have the start indicator here, and we have a shallow divot, so like this one right here on our word circle, and that makes it the letter T. Then we continue around to our next letter. This is another divot, but instead of a shallow divot, it's a deep divot. So it's this top one here, like an omega or horseshoe, and there are 2 lines attached to it. So we go to the column with 2 lines on it, 2 lines, so that makes it an H. And then we have a vowel. Vowels are these little guys, and vowels have different positions depending on what vowel they are, and if they're attached on one of the different consonant stems. So this is right on the line of the word circle, so we're just going to look at the word circle here, and these 3 are all on the line of the word circle, but there are no lines coming off of that, so it means it can't be an I or a U, meaning it's an E. So we have T-H-E. And then we have the next word here, and I put these 2 lines here to kind of visually separate the words, but there's nothing between the of and then subs, so it would technically be the giver of subs, like this, but it's bad aesthetics anyway. So we have a deep divot, so this one here, same as this one, with 1 line here. So I made all of my straight lines look kind of like lightsabers. So we have 1 line attached to the G, and this is an I because it has a line going inwards, so like that. So G-I, V, 1 line, E, no lines. Sorry, I should talk about these. Deep divot, 1 line, G. 1 line is also a V, but instead of a deep divot, it's a shallow divot. So instead of a deep divot, it's a shallow divot. And then the E doesn't have a line on it, where an I does have a line on it. So there's the I with 1 line going inwards, and the E with no lines, just like that E. And then we have 1, 2, 3 dots on this next letter, so we're going to be in this column. And this is a shallow divot, just like the V, making it an R. So giver. Then we have an OF. This F has 1, 2, 3 lines on it. So it's like an H, but with 1 more line. So of, and then we have this shallow divot with 1, 2, 3 lines on it. So that would be an S. So shallow divot, 3 lines S. U, line going outwards. Then we have a deep divot with no modifiers, making it a B. And then we have an S with 1, 2, 3 lines on it, just like this F. So that would be the giver of subs. And then we have our username here, bottoms here. We have this shallow divot here with 1, 2, 3 lines on it. So it's just like this S, 1, 2, 3 lines. And then we have an I, which has a line going inwards, just like that I there. So SI. Then we have a shallow divot with 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 dots. I can count. I know how to count. So that's another R, just like that R. And this shallow divot does have lines passing through it, but none of those lines end on the R itself. And dot modifiers count on the closest stem without any lines, so there are no lines that end on this. And lines count where they end on a letter stem. So that would be the R. And then we continue around to our next letter. This is a completed circle inside the word circle, so we're in this row. And this is a J because it has no modifiers, because this line passes clean through it. And this is a U because it goes outwards, just like this U, again from the word circle center, which is right in the middle here. So U, and then we have this circle inside the word circle with 1, 2 line modifiers, making it a P. P. And then we have this. This is our numbers. Numbers are concentric circles with a thicker one in the middle, and that thick one is our decimal point. So we have 2 digits going around our decimal point, and then within our digits we have 1, 2 lines going through each of them. So that would be 2 in the tens column, 2 in the ones column, and therefore 22. So yep, that is that design. I hope that makes a bit of sense, and I hope you like your present. Thank you so much for being the giver of subs, not just for me, but for everybody. You're the best. Thanks, Jupe.